To Energy Minister Chris Bowen's epiphany. After years of demonising gas, he's now opened a review into the nation's gas sector and is considering an East Coast gas reserve. Joining me now to discuss this and more is Liberal MP Garth Hamilton, who joins me from Toowoomba in Queensland. Garth, nice to see you again. Thank you for joining me. Is this a sign that Labor knows that this renewables-only experiment won't actually shore up our energy future?
Look, I don't know if they're quite there yet. I don't know if they quite understand that their renewables-only approach is the cause of the problems. Look, this policy was a good policy when we put it on the table. It was laughed at by Labor. I think there's a point here about, bipartisanship in Australia only goes one way. When we put a policy forward, Labor mock it, call it a joke. Within, 2 months, they're now turning that around and they're going to adopt that policy themselves. I think the bigger point here that we can all see is Labor went to the last election with absolutely no mandate. They sought no mandate. They had no plan as how to address this. We haven't even had a single sitting day of this next term of Parliament, and they're already adopting policies that they actively campaigned against in the last election. They're all over the place. This is going to be a wild ride, and Australians are going to lose out.
Yeah, well, it's already been a wild ride when it comes to our energy future. You don't know what's going to happen between winter and summer. We can't keep the lights on one time. And, it is a wild ride. I think you're spot on. Now, look, let's talk about Anthony Albanese yet to secure a face-to-face meeting with Trump after, of course, he missed that opportunity at the G7. But it's really getting more and more awkward, Garth, because he's now banking on a series of upcoming summits for a meeting. Not that he seems confident at all. Have a listen.
Do you expect Penny Wong to get you a meeting with Trump while she's at the Quad?
Wong's meeting is with foreign ministers. I expect her to have a meeting with her co-foreign ministers.
The president was actually elected last November. You've had plenty of time before our own election to actually visit him. Are you now looking at this and thinking it was a mistake to leave it this late?
No.
A little bit embarrassing, hasn't it? Pretty simple question. When are you going to meet the Donald?
Look, we will meet when we meet in coming months, but my priority has been on delivering for Australians.
Garth, he's suggested he might get another crack at the Quad meeting in India. If that fails, there's the G20 and APEC summits, but they're both not till later this year, so he's hoping that summit season will give him a go with Trump.
Look, it's a little bit funny and it's a bit easy to pick on Mr Albanese for this one. Let's be really clear. The date that they do meet will be decided by Mr Trump, not by Mr Albanese. Mr Trump knows exactly what he's doing, and Australia is losing out the longer this plays out. The longer that this goes on, what we're seeing is other countries are getting in negotiating with the US. Those negotiations are resulting in outcomes that are favourable to those countries. That's happening now. We're being left behind. And it's a real good stark contrast to remember back to Bob Hawke. When he was a Prime Minister, there was a lot of anti-US sentiment on his front bench. Labor at the time was very anti the US. And yet, Bob Hawke knew that he had to keep that relationship. So that shows a Labor leader who at least identified that the US are our most important ally. We've now got Mr Albanese, who can't get a meeting. His Trade Minister, Don Farrell, only over about 2 years ago now, said that the US wasn't even our closest ally, not even our most important ally. So, I guess you couple that with the comments of Kevin Rudd, with the comments that Mr Albanese had previously about Mr Trump. It's no surprise we're in the mess we're in. It's not going to be resolved at Australia's choosing. This will happen when Mr Trump wants it to happen.
Absolutely, and we know that Trump takes things very personally, so he hasn't forgotten, I'm sure, about those comments.